everybody, my name is Ross from roro'sfunzies and welcome back to Yearning again. Last time we went out on a date with Jake, we hung out with Adam, Carlos, and Hannah, and everyone went on Thanksgiving breaks. And I just got a ring light, which is why it's a bit brighter now, and there like you can see like a little light in my eyes, a little ring light in my eyes. Yeah, I got it recently. I'm testing it out, seeing if it actually works, and so far it looks great. So now we are going to continue where we left off. Friday, November 24th. You spend the rest of the long weekend hanging out with Adam, Carlos, and Hannah. Hey! Hannah and Adam seem to get along really well, and it makes you wonder why you never thought of really introducing them before. Oh yeah, last time Nickel and Hannah also got into an argument, so like maybe, you know. Let me fix my thing up there. There we go. Is there supposed to be? Hold on, let me just fix that. There we go. I think that's a bit better. Yeah. Oh, press space on the wrong thing. You also get a head start on your workload for the next week and studying for finals. Adam seems to avoid the frat house, which doesn't surprise you. Elliot woke up, and Carlos came out as gay the last word. I forgot. We recorded like an hour of that, and a lot happened there. But I really do like the long series, like instead of just 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I really love. I really like doing like an hour long videos because for the most part, it just lets me hang out with you guys. Carlos mostly hangs out around your Adam over the weekend, saying that the house is so lonely with so many people gone. Carlos complains to Adam that Elliot isn't responding to him. Adam shrugs it off, but you can tell he knows more about it. You manage to talk to Janet a few times over the weekend, but she's mostly busy with her show. She tells you that she's really enjoying it despite the hectic schedule, but that she'll also be glad when it's over. I can't read. Jake, Dan, and Nickel return at different times on Sunday. You meet Jake at the bus stop and grab some pizza together. He excitedly tells you all about his Thanksgiving. You feel like you missed him more than you realized. The rest of the week flies by and everyone seems to start preparing for finals. You have dinner and study sessions with Jake a few times over the week. You find that kisses are a good motivator for getting correct answers. December 1. You walk out of class on Friday, feeling both relieved that classes are over, but filled with dread at the prospect of finals the next week. Jake is waiting outside the building for you. Aww. We're going to play board games. I got a new one. Hannah may not join us though. She's studying. I really should study too. But games. The three of you head to the student center. You find a table and Jake starts setting up the game. Puerto Rico. Islands. Excuse me? I guess it's kind of about that, but mostly you make and sell goods like corn, sugar, and coffee. Coffee! Grind. Percolate. That works. Anyway, each turn you pick a roll, and everyone does that roll, but you get a bonus for picking it. You get points by shipping goods or buying buildings. You start playing the game. You feel like you'll get a hang of it after a couple of rounds. Soon it's your turn to pick a roll. You have some goods produced already, but you find yourself short on money. Pick the trader and sell your corn for gold. No one else is able to trade that. You take advantage of the next builder to get an indigo plant. Soon it's your turn again. Pick the mayor for more workers that you can't use at the moment. You pick the mayor for some more workers that you can't use at the moment, but it also gets you gold. We're doing good. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're doing good. That's all we got hope for. Over the next few rounds, you manage to get a lot of interesting buildings, but your production of goods lags behind Jake and Nickel. Settle a bit. You ramp up your production of goods, but it proves to be a little too late. Jake manages several large shipments before you're ready, running out the point tokens handedly. Yay, I'll do better next time now that I understand the game a little more. Dinner? That sounds good. The buffet is doing a special finals dinner. If we must. The three of you head to the buffet. Bring the food. I guess that makes sense for finals, as long as it's not literally brains. Well, it looks like they do have at least one dish with brains on it. No thanks. I should get that game. Ooh, spinach and carrots. You grab some food and find an empty table. Jake tries some of the brain casserole. How is it? Really weird? I don't think I like it. Well, that's a first. There are foods that I don't like. Not very many, man. This is true. The meal proceeds uneventfully. Jake declares he's finished after a couple slices of the carrot pie. I probably should follow Hannah's lead and actually study. We should all meet up this weekend for some study. We're basically in all the same classes. That sounds useful. Tomorrow in the library? Works for me. He kisses you quickly, then blushes. I'll see you tomorrow? You two are adorable, you know. Jake stares at the floor, but takes your hand in his and squeezes. Oh, to have a relationship like this. Such a dream. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. Jake and Nicole head back to their room, and you return to yours. Adam is there when you return, studying. Hey Ross, had a nice evening? You spend the rest of the night studying for finals alongside Adam. The rest of the weekend ends up being full of studying, both individually and with the group. Hannah freaks out about her progress, insisting that she's going to fail everything. Jake seems to be similarly driving himself crazy. Nicole calms the two of them down a bit by quizzing them. Naturally, the three of them have all of the material down already. You're actually feeling pretty confident yourself. Still, you're glad you have friends you can study with. You and Jake manage to spend some time with just the two of you as well and snuggle in bed again. You can't decide if you find the contact incredibly fulfilling or incredibly frustrating, but mostly decide you're glad for it and for Jake. Carlos actually sits with you in your room and makes some effort at studying. Adam seems pleased by the effort, although he's less impressed when Carlos fails his pop quizzes. Carlos complains that Adam's questions go too far back to material from earlier in the year. Adam decides and shakes his head. I know a friend like that, Jesus. He quizzes for like term finals. Suddenly pull out something from last term. You're like, what? I don't remember that shit. The moment you take the exams, the material flies out of your brain. That's how school works. At least, from my experience. You take an exam, bye. That's all there is. James, naturally, ends up being ridiculously busy the rest of the weekend with his shows and classwork. Dan ends up being busy the rest of the weekend as well with his final projects, which honestly leaves you a little relieved. You and Janet talk about finals. She seems pretty confident, but also excited that her shows are ending. You secretly are too. You miss talking to her more frequently, but are comforted by the thought of seeing her in person in a week. Ooh, Christmas break? You actually take your finals throughout the following week. Unfortunately, studying for the next one ends up consuming most of your time during the week, but you don't feel like you'll be battling on anything. Friday, December 8th. You walk out of your last final Friday afternoon, glad you're finally done, but somehow dreading your flight tomorrow and being awakened from Jake for so long. You head back to your room to see if anyone else is free. To your surprise, Jake is there, sitting on your bed, talking with Adam. He looks at you and smiles when you enter. I'll just, be back in a bit. What were you talking about? Adam grabs his computer and heads out, while you take a seat next to Jake. So, he blushes and holds your hand, staring you into your fingers. I really like when we are snuggle in bed, but I kinda wanted to, He releases your hand and tugs it with your shirt. Consent! He blushes and awkwardly tugs your shirt off. He stares at you in a way you find you don't mind at all, and cautiously reaches out and runs his hand down your chest. You're really hot. promise you to. He blushes and nods. I'm not really, he shrugs. Not really attractive, but, if I can, if you want. I'm just thinking of all of this guy. I'm just reflecting back a little. He pulls off his shirt and turns away as you look him over. You're beautiful. Thank you. He pushes you back on the bed and gently kisses you, moving so he's laying on top of you. Oh! Is this a dream again? Like last time? He feels amazing even through the thick fabric of your jeans. The feeling of skin on skin soon pushes both of you over the edge. The two of you lie there afterward holding each other. That was really nice. He kisses you again cautiously and relaxes into you when you kiss him back. You lie there for a while, enjoying the closeness between you two. So do we have pants on like last time but no shirts, like slowly? Or like is it like that one wet dream we had where we were actually naked? I also want to play some board games before dinner. Is that okay? I told everyone to meet us at the student center for a bit. Two of you reluctantly get dressed and head to the student center. Huh. Green shirt. Is this Jake's? A Kelly green shirt with a maple screen printed on it. Jake left it in your room. Hannah and Nicole are already there with a bag of games, sitting at a table and talking in hushed tones. Hannah notices the two of you. Jake, Ross. Is everything okay? Yeah, we're just waiting to play some games. What took you so long? Did they break up? Jake blushes and stares at the floor and Hannah laughs. Stupid question. Anyway, let's play. Beads, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you poop. I'm pretty sure it's toot, man. Well, don't they do both? Fiery poops. Fired poops. Well, poop probably doesn't perform very well at work. Everyone's always having to clean up after it. Hannah shakes her head. We can split. I assume Hannah wants to play Lost Cities before we leave. Yes. Nico shakes his head. Two-player bean duel? Jake sets up Lost Cities while Nico sets up Bonanza. The two of you start playing. The game ends up being fairly different from the normal game. You're not quite sure how to make decisions around what beans to leave for Nico. Soon you find you need to decide whether to leave a couple of blue beans or sacrifice your own plot of chili beans to plant them. Leave the blue beans. You leave the blue beans. Nico plants them, then harvests his crop for some gold before taking some chili beans rather than leaving them for you. Soon there's only a few cards left and the game nears its end. You're pretty sure you're losing, but the game is probably pretty close. He reluctantly leaves you a soybean and you study the deck. You're going to get another turn, but you're not sure you want to risk the soys. Plant the soy. You plant the soybean. Nico reveals another soy in his turn and takes it to prevent you from having it. The game ends, and you end up losing by a few coins. That was awesome. Kinda different with two players, but awesome. We just finished too. 30 points, baby. Yeah, I don't know how she did that. No, I do, stupid white expedition. Stupid card luck. Anyway, break for food? Buffet? Actually, I'm kind of curious what they have on the last day. That sounds good. Really? We're doing this now? What? Never mind. Buffet is fine if we must. She looked really pissed there for a sec. Uh-oh. Back. There we go. What they have on the last day sounds good. And then she goes, paste. What's up, fam? Me and Jake know nothing. Jake and I know nothing. Seriously, let's go. I'm hungry. Jake shakes his head but doesn't say anything more. The four of you head to the buffet. Food. This doesn't look so bad today. Nicole, come sit with me. Can I get some food first? We need to talk. Excuse me. You and Jake watch as Nicole and Hannah grab a table in the corner. Jake shakes his head. I'm glad we talk. Not that they're not talking now, but like, talk about things. Because communication is important in relationships. I
because we didn't have open communication
I would keep on talking and talking
about issues that I find issues that for me were big, but for the person wasn't.
We ended up talking about it. The person said they change. They didn't.
They changed for like 2 weeks, and then went back to normal with their issues. And I'm like, at that point, I just got sick of it. I was like, you know what? I already told this person my side, and they didn't put in the effort. They put in like 2 weeks worth of effort, but like, I just ended up not. But yes, communication is key in relationships. Communication and consent and trust. Mostly communication and consent.
He shrugs and takes your hand.
Thank you.
He kisses you quickly before blushing and grabbing the tray. The food turns out to be surprisingly decent, almost as if they had been serving all the real food and realized they were out of days to serve it. Saving serving. The two of you find a table and are soon rejoined by Hannah and Nicole. Sorry about that. Just kind of frazzled, I guess. Nicole nods but doesn't say anything. The meal is surprisingly awkward despite the quality of the food. Jake declares himself finished after 4 plates. Are you okay, Jake? You didn't eat very much. Not too hungry, I guess. It's early for dinner. I'll have some cookies my parents sent me a while back that I haven't eaten, and we'll grab them for playing more games. I like games. I'll see you guys in a bit then. Nicole heads back to his room while the rest of you gather the dishes. This is none of my business, but yes, we're still dating. It's kinda sus. Okay. Some days, I don't know why though, I like spending time with him and all, but he's just so needy. I don't know. It's just a bunch of small things, I guess. Sometimes I feel like I'm not really ready to be in a relationship right now. Like, you know those entire it's not you, it's me things? It's so cliche, but I kind of feel that way. I want to concentrate on classes, I want to learn Japanese, I want to take photography classes, but I always feel guilty choosing work over him, you know? And I guess it's only going to get worse as we start actually choosing our classes and minors and stuff. I kind of wonder if I was just lonely and overreacting to that. Like, I totally had a crush on you, Jake. I mean, I still do in a lot of ways. But I think that it would be disastrous if we actually dated. I mean, assuming you, She shrugs. I'm glad we're friends. But I was so worried about meeting people here, and I met you, and I was just afraid of losing you, I guess. I know that's a terrible reason to date someone. I kind of wonder if we should break up. But I'm just afraid of losing him too, in some ways. You two have a strong friendship. Figure out what's right for you, and things will work out in time. She looks at you, contemplative. That's true. I guess I'm glad winter break is coming up in a lot of ways. Time apart feels like it would be useful. I know what you mean, though. I felt the same way. Maybe more so given things. He takes your hand and smiles at you. Aw, you two are adorable. Even if you initially started in some fear of being alone, it seems like things are working out for you two now. Anyway, let's play some more games. I want to beat all of you at set. The 3 of you grab a table at the student center and study the background games. We should play Carcassonne. As long as I can beat you at set later. Jake sets up the game. Nicole soon returns with a couple of packages of cookies. Milano, more like Milayas. Milapeda? I guess it's technically food, but not something I normally want to eat. Chocolate covered millipede? I'm not sure that makes it better. Can we, play? Nicole tosses a green meeple at her. You're looking a little green, Hannah. She shakes her head and returns the green meeple to Jake. Jake's always green, you know that. I'm first player, and here's a road. Meet me. The game proceeds uneventfully, although you seem to have terrible luck and draw almost entirely road tiles. Jake is merciless as always, and takes over most of the cities and fields on the board, easily winning the game. No fair, you always win this. I'm sorry. Or maybe you should be better about taking over fields. I wonder if we should lower the point value on fields. 3 points per city is football cities. Yeah, because they're 4 points each, and you always have the field next to them. We should play that variant with football cities are 2 points. Or maybe you should just be less bad at this, Nick. Savage.
Do you kiss Ross with that mouth or that attitude?
Jake blushes but takes her hand in his and holds it tightly. So, set? Jake puts away the game and shuffles the set. Soon we play a few rounds of set, but Jake and Hannah dominate as usual. Soon Nickel declares he needs to play a different game. You two can keep playing this if you want, but my brain can't deal with these shapes anymore. I should probably go finish packing after one more game anyway. Puerto Rico? That sounds fun. Jake sets up the game. You managed to get a pretty good production economy going. Soon you have to make a decision on what building to buy. Actually, I would want to play this game in real life. These games. I wanna look them up if we have them in the country. I'm gonna do that. Cause like sometimes Amazon delivers, sometimes it doesn't. And the online stores here in the country, some of the they have some games, they have not others. Hold on. I put it on the second monitor so it'll be easy. It's not loading.
My internet's not working.
Interesting.
I wonder why.
Yeah, site can't be reached. No internet.
The dinosaur game just popped out on my screen.
This game doesn't really need Wi-Fi, that's why it's working.
But Google isn't. I'm like, it was working earlier. It was working just fine. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I'll look that up later in my personal time.
By a harbor.
Large warehouse. Large warehouse.
Buy a large warehouse and end up storing so much indigo that you often can't even ship all of it. In the end, you lose to Hannah by a few points with excess indigo that you were unable to ship.
Yay. That was pretty close, actually. Good thing I made a coffee boat. Ross has no coffee. That indigo would have been another 5 or 6 points. Should have bought a harbor. Your own ship. Ew. Is that the sound barges make? Ship, ship, ship.
Well, that was a lot of fun, but I need to finish packing before my flight tomorrow. Yeah, I should probably head to bed too. I'll see all of you in a month, although I'm sure we'll talk online over the break. Take gives her a heart. Have a good flight. I'll walk you back to your dorm. I'm going to really miss you. He kisses your cheek gently and blushes. But we'll talk, and I hope you have a nice break. And thank you. He kisses you again on the lips this time. The two of you head back to your rooms. Adam is there stuffing his laptop and some stuff into a backpack. Hey Ross, hope you had a nice evening. You chat with Janet online for a bit, who seems especially excited to see you the next day, before packing up some things yourself and heading to bed. You have unlocked additional features in Jake's character profile. Yes! Winter break is surprisingly rough on you and Jake. The two of you talk a bit, but he seems to grow increasingly distant. When you meet up with him again after returning to campus, he sits you down and tells you that he can't deal with keeping a secret from his family. Between his tearful mumbles, you manage to work out that he wants to break up. You're surprised, but not too surprised, given how much you know his family means to him. Games are awkward for a bit, but the two of you manage to mend your friendship. You end up not having another boyfriend in undergrad, despite going on a few dates with other guys. You wonder if your experience with Jake just makes you unwilling to put yourself out there again. Is this the end of the game? You, Hannah, Nicole, and Jake get adjacent apartments your sophomore year. You move in with Hannah. Studying and gaming together are frequent occurrences, and you're thankful to have made such good friends. In lieu of dating, you concentrate on your studies instead, wanting to continue your successes from your first semester. You eventually graduate on time with honors. You and Janet keep in touch. I had to press space again. I was like, wait, hold up. Even as you gradually grow apart over the years. She and Tom break up toward the end of her sophomore year. You spend a lot of time talking to her over the phone and supporting her, but in the end, she agrees it was for the best. She switches majors after deciding that being a drama major was ruining her love of acting, and manages to graduate on time with a major in economics. She ends up working for a small finance company in Maryland and starts dating a guy she meets at her local drama. They get married after less than 6 months of dating, which raises some eyebrows, but she assures you he's the one. They start a family together, and she names you godfather to her kids. The two of you never lose touch, always making time to see each other, and particularly enjoy spending time with her growing family. Oh wow. Hold on, I'm just reflecting because holy hell. Song change. Oh wow, I remember playing this game almost a year ago actually. It's like a few months. I might actually do the other routes because we did Jake's route. I want to do the Carlos, Adam, and James routes. But not like entire playthroughs, but like just highlights rather. Like highlights of choices that we could have made differently. Hannah and Nickel break up, surprisingly amicably, but to no one's surprise, shortly after returning from winter break. Games are awkward for a while, but two of them seem to enjoy each other's company enough that things are soon back to normal. Hannah swears off dating, throwing herself into classes instead. She takes on a double, then triple major in mathematics and Japanese. Now, Nickel dates a few women through the years, but none of them seem to be serious. Jake tells you he thinks none of them can live up to Hannah in Nick's mind. Liz and Liz get married in 2008 in a small ceremony at a restaurant near campus. Yas, queens! They invite you to the wedding, and you tag along with Dan and James. James sits in the corner with a soda water for most of the evening. Strangely though, you think he really doesn't. Nick crashes the wedding, and he and Dan sneak off to have sex in the back. Liz graduates in 2008, and Liz rushes to finish her master's degree before the two of them move to New York. Liz gets a job designing women's clothing. Liz takes a job managing a bank. They make their marriage official in 2011, the day after it becomes legal there. This is so cute! Dan graduates on time in 2009. I like the mullet he's rocking. His book, 50 Things I Would Do to You, ends up being a hit to everyone's surprise. He moves to New York and continues writing, producing 2 sequels. 50 More Things I Would Do to You and 50 Things I Did to Your Dad. Huh. You feel like he's trolling with the last book, but it somehow sells well anyway. He buys a nightclub in the city with his royalties and really seems to enjoy the company and the sex. James moved to Los Angeles after graduation to pursue a career in acting. You mostly lose touch with him since he seems to be busy all the time. You see him on TV one day in a new show that seems to take off overnight. You send him your congratulations and manage to catch him on a day off. It ends up being nice to catch up again, and you're glad things are working out well for him. You move to San Francisco after graduation with Hannah, Nickel, and Jake to form a startup around social media analysis. Your startup miraculously takes off, and you're starting to get buyout offers after the year. You eventually get an IPO instead, which is very successful, but all of you agree that you won't give up the job for anything. Whoa! Adam moves to San Francisco after he graduates to attend med school at UCSF. You don't manage to talk much, his schedule being completely crazy. Carlos follows him, having reluctantly completed his degree in biology a year late. They look hot! He lands a job in the administrative department of the hospital, needing the work to stay in the States. Unfortunately, despite being in the same city, you never really manage to meet up due to your mutually incompatible busy schedules. The three of you gradually lose touch. White 10 card, IPO. You have unlocked the game difficulty. Placeholder. The end.
Oh.
Play again and see how different decisions can affect the game.
There's a sequel! Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. Oh.
Well, I'm gonna end this here.
Oh, wow.
So, wow.
This isn't the end of Yags because I'm gonna record other paths. So I'm not gonna put out my final thoughts until I've done that. But thank you everybody so much for watching this video and this series. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. If you like this series, or this path, rather, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, ring the notification bell for notifications.